Feeling down on your luck? Wondering how you'll manage to keep up with your New Year's resolutions this year? Look no further, because we've compiled some of Joe Rogan's most inspirational moments from his podcast to help you get on the right track. The podcast host himself has shared countless pearls of wisdom with his listeners, but what's even better is the conversations he's had with his guests. It's time to be motivated for everything in your life. Starting off with the foolproof way to ensure a productive life. Rogan has talked at length about the subject of discipline in relation to its positive impact on your life. He's termed himself the most lazy, disciplined person because it's not every day that he's up for going along with his routine, but on those days, he has to put his discipline to work. In his opinion, everyone who's ever made something of themselves has done so due to the ability to get down to work every day. Using the example of a writer, he explains that a strict routine helps you reach your goals. If you sit down to write every day, you'll find that you're getting work done every day. Of course, there will be days when the work isn't the best because your heart wasn't in it, but when you come back again tomorrow, you'll make it better. Using this approach works for any job on earth. Delegating a certain amount of time to a task and maintaining that responsibility in a consistent manner will lead to success. Sitting down to work is half of the job, and once you've overcome that resistance, you're already on top of your work. But what's most important is that you keep sitting down to work every day, whether you're tired or distracted by your surroundings. Once you realize that it's what you do, you'll pride yourself in your discipline and watch yourself reap its benefits. This little pearl of wisdom applies to every area of your life, whether it's work or fitness or education or even your relationships. Having a disciplined and consistent approach to life is the key to success. Next up, not only are difficulties important, they're absolutely necessary. The previous generations had to go through difficult and toxic situations in life, whether it was at home or in the practical world. A lot of the behaviors that were okay back then just do not roll now, given that they've been through harsh upbringings and have been subjected to things like domestic violence. Their own approach to their children is different. In a conversation with Brian Collin, Rogan discussed how everyone they knew had gotten their interesting personalities from their messed up childhoods, but that's not what they want for their kids. When it comes to their own children, it has to be the best schools and healthy lifestyles. It's an inborn instinct to shield from the hardships which the motivational speaker finds silly. Well, why does he call it silly when that's exactly what he's doing as well? Because hardships are necessary for growth. So what do you do when you want to make life easy for your child, but also want them to grow and be interesting? In his opinion, you can get them involved in difficult activities like martial arts. This gives them the opportunity to be challenged and to learn of the untapped potential within them. The best way to become a better version of yourself is by presenting these challenges and overcoming them. Completing a difficult task is not only rewarding for your self-esteem, but it also teaches you more about yourself. This is why Rogan places such importance on the pursuit of challenges. What's more, having an ego isn't bad at all. According to the 55-year-old podcast host, it's essential to have some ego and pride to get better at things. Without that, you're never going to climb the ladder of success. His philosophy checks out because you can't begin a new task if you don't believe in yourself. You can't do something difficult if you don't think you're capable of taking on a challenge. In order to be successful, you've got to take on challenges and complete tasks that might seem outside of your skill set, and if you've got ego and pride, you can do it. Nobody starts off being the best at what they do. It takes time and consistent effort to hone your skills to become the best. What takes you there is your ego. In Rogan's opinion, you can't look at your idols and believe that you'll get to where they are someday if you don't have that belief in yourself. Before you even start climbing the ladder to success, your ego will help you take the first step and keep you going. At the same time, you can't be too egotistic otherwise. You won't grow. Extreme amounts of pride blind people to their own faults. That's why maintaining healthy amounts of ego is essential for your productive journey upward. Believe in yourself enough to know that you can do what it takes to get to the top, but don't forget that you can make mistakes in the process. Next, he also talked about the importance of a good diet for productivity. We've touched upon the various ways mental health is important for a productive day and life, along with the different techniques that keep you engaged with your goals. At the same time, physical health is equally important. Your diet is basically fuel for your body and mind. If the fuel isn't good, or if it's not giving you everything you need to function, you're not going to be able to think straight. Rogan believes it's pretty easy to grasp that an unhealthy lunch will have a negative impact on you, but after eating a great meal like a salad with salmon, you'll find yourself feeling good hours later. Now, what that feeling will do is it'll push you to do better work in the gym or even at home. You'll have the energy you need to complete tasks and get stuff done. On the other hand, if you've decided to eat an unhealthy, carb-filled lunch, you would experience a sharp decline in energy. This would mean that all your tasks would remain unfinished, and if you try to do them, it wouldn't be to the best of your ability. It's small, everyday decisions like this that carve out the path you will tread for your entire life, according to Rogan. If you decide to take your route with junk food and unhealthy fats, you're going to add extra difficulties for yourself as opposed to a life of healthy eating, which benefits you in every aspect of your life. Coming up, discomfort is your friend. We all know that discomfort is far from agreeable, it's in the name, and so it makes sense that we avoid discomfort at all costs and try to stay in our comfort zones. But that's not the best course of action, not if you want to have a successful life. You can go against that instinct to avoid doing anything that'll cause you discomfort, because there can be no accomplishment or achievement if you stay stuck in the same place forever. Discomfort is also a great motivator of change. Being in a constant state of discomfort due to certain difficult circumstances can push you to get out of them by putting in the work. That can be going to the gym to get fit, or throwing yourself out into the job market to earn. Being unfit or broke caused you discomfort, which pushed you to do something about it so you feel comfortable. Once you're used to pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, you build momentum that actually keeps you motivated. In this case, Rogan gives this example of weight loss and fitness journeys. They're difficult to start because there's a lot of discomfort in getting in the gym and sweating, but once you're seeing the results and you're used to it, it becomes fun. What's more, it's something he's experienced himself too in the gym, where he's able to build momentum that makes him feel good once he's disciplined himself to get in there every day. Let's look at the negative impact of avoidance. If, on the one hand, it's important to build momentum through disciplined effort, it's also important to steer clear of avoidance. Rogan stresses on discipline the most because it's the building block of all aspects of your life. If you do the opposite of disciplining yourself and decide to give yourself a break anytime there's a task at hand and you're not feeling up to it, you'll develop an avoidant relationship with anything difficult. Once you're able to push tasks aside, nothing will be too important for you. It'll be easy to take the back seat on important matters that have to be dealt with immediately. The option to avoid difficult decisions and situations shouldn't be available in your life, as it'll take you down the path that'll keep you from success. This is why it's important to show up every day and keep doing what you do. The long-term benefits of developing these healthy habits are much more important than the immediate ones. Lastly, you should live life to its full potential. To be honest, Rogan turns his nose up at those people who approach life in a nihilistic way. Aging and death are inevitable, and no one is arguing against that, but that doesn't mean that your life has to be purposeless and frankly lame. It's possible to live for 100 years, but many people wouldn't even try because what's the point? The point is to live optimally, in Rogan's words, to make sure that you've lived a full life because you're here and you're living, so you might as well just live well. This begins by building a healthy body and mind by exercising and exerting control over your habits. Carving out a healthy path that leads you to success is essential for a life well lived, and it can be done pretty easily if you just put in the effort. The joy you would experience from living fully won't just make you feel better, but will seep into the lives of those surrounding you and eventually continue in a chain that goes on forever. And that's all for this video, guys. Has Joe Rogan inspired you to get your life together? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.